First of all, from the board chairman of All On Nigeria, Mr. Ronald Adams, to come and share with us his perspective as an entrepreneur in investing in Nigeria. Mr. Adams. All right.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm honored to attend the 2025 International Business Conference and Expo organized by the LCCI in my capacity as board chairman of All On. Having assumed this role just last month, there could be no better platform to step into this publicly. I'm also pleased to share that I will mark my first year as the Managing Director of Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company on October 1st, coming in, of course, from the small island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. And therefore, I hereby pledge that there will be no distraction or conflict between any private and the national celebrations on October 1st. I had that challenge to navigate last year when I got here the night of September 30th and had my first meeting on the morning of the independence. What a welcome to Nigeria. However, this year's theme, Invest Nigeria, is especially timely as the government takes bold steps to attract foreign investment. Just last week, the Nigerian Governors Forum launched Investopedia, a digital platform showcasing investment opportunities across all 36 states. Few things excite me more after 33 years in the energy sector than the promise of investment. However, in the interest of time and today's agenda, I will be speaking solely from the perspective of my role as chairman of All On. Just one of two hats I'm proud to wear. Shell established All On in 2016 as a non-profit entity to increase access to commercial energy products and services for underserved and unserved off-grid energy markets in Nigeria, especially in the Niger Delta. Nigeria, as has been said earlier, with its youthful population, abundant natural resources, and entrepreneurial spirit, holds immense investment potential, not just in energy, but across agriculture, digital technology, manufacturing, infrastructure development, and financial services. However, as we all know, there is not enough energy to light up bulbs and television sets at home and power equipment in industries. Over 80 million Nigerians still lack access to reliable electricity. The consequences of the deficit are far-reaching. Stifled productivity, limited access to quality healthcare and education, and stunted economic potentials. But it is not all doom and gloom. The energy deficit can translate to a surplus with a $10 to $20 billion market opportunity, especially in off-grid energy solutions such as mini-grids, solar home systems, and clean cooking technologies. All On has achieved over 50 direct investments, committed over $40 million and supported ventures that have brought clean energy to over 1.2 million Nigerians across 190 underserved communities across the country. They include 83 mini-grids and 162,000 solar home systems. Our investments range from local solar assembly plants and women-led businesses to partnerships under programs like the Demand Aggregation for Renewable Technology, better known as the DART initiative. This initiative, supported by a $25 million financing facility, will aggregate demand for renewable energy, pool procurement to achieve economies of scale, and provide access to affordable financing and coordinated logistics. However, I want to emphasize that All-On is just one player in a rapidly growing ecosystem. The Nigerian government, in collaboration with international partners, has launched initiatives like the Distributed Access through Renewable Energy Scale-Up, or DARES, program. This is a $750 million effort backed by the World Bank and the Energy Transition Plan, which aims for carbon neutrality by 2060 and the deployment of 30,000 megawatts from renewable resources. If you add this to the M300 initiative to electricity, 300 million people across Africa, with Nigeria as a primary market, it becomes clear that the ecosystem is evolving with private capital, local innovation, and policy support aligning like never before. Thankfully, the market is responding. According to a Dalberg report, the renewable energy sector has grown from under 50 active players in 2018 to over 100 today, with annual investments rising from 90 million in 2018 to over 250 million in 2024. But beyond numbers, the sector is driving job creation, local content, and climate resilience. For instance, households transitioning from diesel generators to solar systems are spending up to 10 times less on energy, while reporting better air quality and improved health outcomes. As an energy executive, I also recognize the importance of the oil and gas sector in this transition. Nigeria will need a balanced energy mix for decades to come. We must continue to drive efficiencies and environmental performance in the traditional energy space while scaling up renewables. This is not an either-or scenario. It is a coexistence strategy, and it must be approached pragmatically and collaboratively. Let me conclude by saying to policymakers and government partners, thank you for the efforts to create a more enabling environment for investments. Initiatives like DARES and ETP are sending the right signals that the country is open for business. Sustaining this momentum with investor-friendly reforms will be critical to unlocking even greater capital and innovation. To investors and entrepreneurs within and outside this room, the opportunity in Nigeria is real. The needs are urgent, and the ecosystem is vibrant. Now is the time to invest, not just in businesses, but in Nigeria's future. A future that is inclusive, sustainable, and resilient. As a global oil and gas company with over 60 years presence in Nigeria, Shell is part of that future, as we have done through All-On and our other businesses. Join us as we continue to power progress in Nigeria. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adams. And thank you even more for kicking keeping to time. We really appreciate that. Please a round of applause for Mr. Adams. And I guess when you also look at the energy sector, the electricity, the recent electricity law, which gives states the